I see familiar faces. Hello, Leaf. Hello, Adam, Malik, everyone. Great seeing you guys. Slavic, Larissa. Awesome.
What's up, guys?
Hello. Hi, Matt. Hi, Phil.
Hi,
We're about to start. So,
I'm still working. I'm gonna have to go on mute and video, but
no worries. Great.
Oh, we are excited you're here.
Yes. Well, guys, I think it's 7 o'clock on Central Time, 8 o'clock on Eastern Time. I have a pleasure to introduce you to Todd Strand, 5-star ambassador, top earner in the company. He's been in the business pretty much since the beginning. He and his wife have created an incredible team worldwide, and he is a master of showing people how to become successful at our business. I have such a pleasure to call him a friend. Thank you, Todd. Take it away.
Well, thank you, Miss Marina. And by the way, for everyone out there, we are just two everyday, very normal people. My wife managed a Kohl's department store for 20 years. We had a daughter that played college softball. In fact, just to brag about her for a moment, she set the home run record at her college with that ball right there. So I keep that one on my desk, pretty special ball. But she had this incredible collegiate career. And so we were traveling the country to catch all her college games. So we were living in hotels. We were living in rental cars. As you can imagine, this is getting expensive. So we were receptive to the idea of saving money on travel. I see my buddy Lee Deem on here, and I've known the owner of this company, as has Lee, for over 20 years. I mean, I live in the same town as the corporate headquarters, the same town as the owner. And everyone in town knows this guy. He was a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year, a very, very successful businessman. I mean, everyone respects him. And he's like, Todd, you got to try my new travel product. It's going to save you a fortune. Well, I mean, you had me, it saved me a fortune because I was spending a fortune on travel. And so we decided to give it a try. And sure enough, we were booking hotels for 50% off, sometimes only 30, sometimes 70. But I mean, again, it was absolutely incredible. I mean, we were saving tons of money. Well, as the other parents on the softball team saw the rates we were paying versus the rates they were paying, they were like, wait a minute, how'd you get that rate? I'm like, it's this travel thing we joined. What travel thing? And how do we join? And so we shared it with them, and then they shared it with other parents. And we continue to tell other, sports parents. We knew Daryl and Maria Roberts. Some of you have met Daryl and Maria. You've heard from Daryl and Maria, but they were baseball parents. And in particular, Maria had been a travel agent for 20 years. So they knew about saving money on travel. But I'm like, Daryl, Maria, you got to see the rates. You're not going to believe it. Sure enough, they eventually took hold of it, and they started saving a fortune, and they shared that information with other baseball parents. And fast forward the tape, our team spread to 66 different countries. And to be clear, I barely speak one language, English. I only knew one person outside of the United States, and that was a lady in Toronto, Canada, practically the United States. And I say that because obviously it's not me or my wife that's causing this explosive growth. It's the power of showing people how to do the one thing they've always wanted to do at a price they never knew was possible. And so what began as a way to save money on travel has turned. But make no mistake, we are two everyday normal people that happen to find something extraordinary. And so my wife, about 2 years ago, when our income from this became 10 times what she was making at the Kohl's department store, she decided to quit her job. And so today, all we do is we travel, vacation, have fun. And it seems like the more fun we have, the more money we make. And I recognize that is totally backwards. I mean, back when we were working really hard, we were struggling to pay the bills. Now we go on vacation, the check just keeps going up. And what's exciting is that's not just happening for us. It's happening for people all around the world. I don't care where you live, what language you speak, what religion you practice. People all around the world that are telling this story are getting the exact same set of results. And so what I want to do real quick, if I'm a co-host now, I want to go share my screen. There we go. And I'm just going to walk you through kind of my slideshow, my PowerPoint, if you will, and help you understand why our company's growing, who we are, where we're going, why we're exploding, and more importantly, why you might want to participate. And number one, the name of our company is Travorium. And again, we are doing things in the travel space that have simply never, ever been done before. By the way, about a month ago, I was in Nice, France. That's our team, at least part of the team. When the event got done, we walked across the street and took a picture. We lost probably half the audience, but that was the ones that were left. This is a picture of our team in Nice, France. By the way, I don't speak French, but this whole team does, right? They found out you could travel for less and they got excited. This is a picture of the home office. I live probably 15 minutes from that very building right there. Beautiful home office. We also have a satellite office in Madrid, Spain, and we're opening up an office in Kazakhstan. We have, customer service in multiple languages. The company got started back in 2013. They're in their 12th year in business. They paid out millions and millions and millions of commissions all around the world. People get paid on time, every time, as they have for the past 12 years. Our CEO and founder, as I mentioned, is a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year. And that's not me saying that. That's Inc. magazine, one of the most respected business publications on the planet, saying, hey, this guy's one of the better entrepreneurs on the planet. And our goal as a company, we have 3 objectives. Number one, we show people how they can book at the travel agent rates. Now, I'm going to get into the details of that, but understand that there is big time markup in travel. And when you get rid of all of that artificial markup from Expedia, Priceline, Trivago, and whoever you go to, they're all owned by the same 2 companies. I'll get into that in a moment too. But when you get rid of all that markup, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can book that room for half price. I mean, you're going to be blown away. And we do these live pricing demonstrations throughout the week where we get on, we open up Expedia, we open up our site, we go side by side. You can watch it, do the search and pull up the room. And people are like, holy moly, I had no idea that was even possible. Number 2, we're going to show you how you can earn travel points for vacations. And that's pretty simple, but you can literally earn the points that you can trade in for vacations all over the world and travel for virtually nothing. And then finally, if you so choose, as a total option, you can turn fun into fortune and you can earn money from home, showing other people how to save big time money on travel. How do you do that? Well, number one, you can share your own savings. Oh my gosh, here's what Expedia wanted. Here's what I paid. You can invite them to our live pricing demonstrations or Zooms like this, our Facebook page. There's so many ways to let people know that, hey, I found something unbelievable. If you like to travel, you're not going to believe it till you see it. People come over when they see it, they get fired up. And again, that can end up earning you a ton of money. Now, number one, the travel industry happens to be the single largest industry on the entire planet. Nothing comes close to the size of travel. In fact, travel is currently twice the size as the oil industry. Now, we all know how big oil is. We have an aircraft carrier parked in the middle of the Middle East. Why? To protect the oil, big time money, right? Well, travel's twice the size. On the screen right now, you're reading the article from Bloomberg Finance. This article came out now about 9 months ago, and it says by 2033, 9 years from now, that travel is going to grow by 50%. It's not the big yellow. It's going to grow by 50%, and it's going to become a $15.5 trillion industry. In fact, it represents 11.6% of the global economy. What that means is that of every $100 that's spent anywhere on the planet, $11.60 is being spent on travel. Well, the reason that's a big deal, if you're looking to maybe partner with us to make money, business analysts can tell you that the bigger an industry is, the more likely you are to have a financial success. The smaller the industry, the more niche the industry, the harder it is to predict, income viability. Well, you can't do any better than the biggest industry in the world, the one thing everybody wants to do. And you're going to show people how to do it at a price they never knew was possible. And when it comes to saving people on money on travel, we do it in all the normal arenas: hotels, resorts, cruises, car rentals, shopping, dining, excursions, show tickets, NFL tickets, concert tickets. There is a myriad of ways you're going to save a ton of money. Now, here's the dirty secret in the travel business: the fact that 2 companies control the entire space. And this is the thing that nobody seems to know. And they go to great lengths to make you believe you are price shopping. For example, you go over to Expedia's website. They got their own logo. They got their own commercials. They got their own jingle, Expedia.com, right? We all heard the commercial. They got their own website with its own bells and whistles. Well, then you think, I just want to check their price. I'm going to kind of stroll on over to Orbitz. They got their own website, their own commercials, right? Then you go over to Trivago. It's got its own website. It's got its own commercials. Then you go to Hotwire, cheap tickets, and car rentals, and etc. And what you didn't know is that the same company owns every single one of those sites. And the ones they don't own are owned by Priceline, or their new name nowadays is Booking Holdings, right? They're owned by Priceline. Now, again, I believe the documentation beats conversation. So I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to listen to NBC News investigative reports.
If you go to online travel sites and scour them looking for the best hotel deal, you may be actually wasting your time.
NBC4 consumer investigator Randy Mack is here to explain how that works.
That's right. There's a reason these deals look similar. And the problem is that these third-party sites often fall under the umbrella of one or two companies. So while you think you're searching for multiple companies looking for the very best deal, every deal you're considering may actually be from the same company. Many savvy travelers look for the best hotel deals online.
I usually look at sites that kind of claim to have the best deals.
It seems like there's a lot of competition.
I've used Expedia, Trivago, there's Booking.com.
Always looking for a bargain. I like to see the red numbers that make you think like you're getting a good deal.
But that may not be the case.
Almost all those sites are owned by one of two companies.
According to the nonprofit Consumer's Checkbook, Expedia and Booking Holdings owns 95% of third-party booking sites. That means shopping around may be a waste of time, and Checkbook says calling the hotel directly won't land you a better deal. They're hesitant to undercut the booking sites.
So that very last statement, calling the hotel directly, isn't going to land you a better deal. They are hesitant to undercut the booking sites. So here's what it means to the average consumer out there. Now on the screen, that's my middle daughter. In fact, I leave tomorrow morning. I leave at 3 a.m. for the airport. She's having her first baby. They're having an inducer. That'll be on Thursday. So we're getting our fourth grandchild, our first from her, but that was her when she got married a couple of years ago. Wanted to take her honeymoon to the Maldives. Well, on Expedia's site, it was 10 grand for that bungalow you see there on the screen for the week. On our site, same room, same date, same everything, it was $6,000. And people say, wait a minute, how did you guys get a better rate than Expedia? Now, guys, when you understand this one fundamental point, you're going to understand more about the travel industry than 99% of anybody out there. And here it is. Ready? We do not have a better rate than Expedia. $6,000 is the rate. Expedia chose to mark it up to 10 grand. Then they chose to buy up every travel site you can think of so that when you price shop, all you'll see is 10 grand. And because the hotels don't dare undercut the people they get all of their business from, if you call the hotel, they'll be like, yeah, 10 grand, that's the rate, when the actual rate is $6,000. That is how the travel business works. If you want further proof of that, all you got to do is Google the top 10 internet companies in the world. You're going to see Amazon, Google, Facebook, Alibaba, eBay, right? Netflix, all the usual suspects. And on that list, what do you know? Priceline and Expedia. Now, remember, they do not own anything travel related. They don't have a hotel. They don't have a car rental agency. They don't have a cruise ship. How are they making billions and billions and billions like Amazon, Google, and Facebook? Because they own a monopoly. And guys, all we're doing is bringing a different model to the travel space. We're bringing what I call the Netflix model. Now, if you think about Netflix, Netflix doesn't make money selling movies. Netflix makes money selling a membership that allows you to watch an unlimited number of movies. Well, likewise, we as a company don't make money selling travel. We make money selling a membership that allows you to book travel without all of the artificial markup. Hence, you're booking travel for 40, 50, 60, 70% off. Now, again, documentation beats conversation. On the screen, I did this from my mobile phone. I opened up Expedia, opened up our site, I pulled up the same room. So if you look at the bottom of the slide in the very middle, you'll see it says Expedia.com there at the bottom. Over here on the left, you'll see it says Trevorium.com there on the far left. You can see the pictures, identical room, right? You got the bed with the thing at the end, or whatever that headboard funny thing is. You got the bathtub over here. You got a seat over here. Identical room. Now, if you go to the far slide on the very far right, you'll see this big red arrow points to a price of $154.81. That is what Expedia is charging for this room. But the actual price is $38.71. And people say, wait a minute, how did you get a better rate than Expedia? Once again, we don't have a better rate than Expedia. $38.71 is the rate. You might pay 154, but the hotel's only getting 38.71. Okay. The rest is their markup. That's how they pay for those commercials that cost tens of millions of dollars to run on television. That's how they pay for the Priceline negotiator, Captain Kirk. That guy ain't cheap. He costs millions, right? And guys, when you see this big red number right here, this big 72% in savings, where that number comes from is we have 13 wholesale feeds that come into our site, and we take the aggregate of the retail price. So in this case, but based on all the different sites, the average retail price was $137. Here we are charging the wholesale price $38. That represents the big 72% savings. That's where that number's coming from. Well, guys, where do you want to go? I mean, you want to save here in Miami Beach, the far left, 83%. If you look at the middle one right here, are we recording, Marina?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't say
we
the
are.
hotel. Okay,
are.
I can't say the hotel. We're recording. So if you look at this middle one right here, this is a 5-star property in Las Vegas on the Strip, named after a famous city where sometimes you get in boats and go down rivers. Okay, you can probably figure out the name of it, but it's 55% off of that one. Over here on the far right, 67% off of that one, 64 off on this one, 66 off of that one, 57 off of that one. I mean, guys, we do a live pricing demonstration. If you get on there, you can be like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. I can literally say 40, 50, 60, 70% on a regular basis in all the major tourist destination type locations. Now, as good as all of that is, okay, I'm trying to give you guys a fundamental understanding of the travel business and how we're bringing a radical new approach. Now, the thing that really made us big is what I'm about to show you next. It's our Dreamcation platform. And this is where we can show anybody, anywhere on any budget, how they can have a 4- and 5-star vacation every single year. And I'm going to show this to you from our platinum perspective. It's our #1 seller by far. And this is where you're going to get not 1, but 2 amazing vacations every 12 to 14 months. Now, I'm simply going to show you the kinds of vacations that you're about to become accustomed to. So on the screen, this is the Canary Islands. If you've never been to the Canary Islands, they're like the Hawaiian Islands. These are the rugged volcanic islands, but these are in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, where Hawaii is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Absolutely gorgeous off the northern coast of Africa, owned by Spain. My wife and I were in Tenerife a couple of years ago. That's the biggest island. You can come here to this 5-star property, 7 nights, 8 days for nothing, right? It's one of the 2 trips you're getting every 12 to 14 months. Now, maybe you'd rather go to Disney. This is a name brand property that if we weren't recording, I would tell you the name. And everyone would be like, oh yeah, everybody knows them. They're synonymous with luxury. And here you're going to get a full kitchen, a dining room, a living room, flat screen TV, fireplace. You got a jacuzzi tub in the bedroom. We got a separate bedroom with a jacuzzi tub in it. Okay, now it's the honeymoon suite. And you're going to be here for 7 nights, 8 days for $10 a day. I mean, you are right outside of Disney for $10 a day. This is one of the 2 vacations you're getting every 12 to 14 months. Maybe you'd rather get a 2-bedroom. You look down here at the bottom price here. So here's a 2-bedroom. So you get 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It sleeps 6 people, and you're going to be here for 7 nights, 8 days for a total price of $200. That's for everybody, right? I mean, again, right outside of Disney, absolutely incredible. This is a place that my wife and I just got back from. This is in Sicily, Italy. I'll just play the video. There we go. Here in Sicily, Italy, we are at an all-inclusive resort. All of the food, all of the drinks, all of the high-end restaurants. I mean, everything's included. And we are here for virtually nothing after trading in our platinum points. And oh, by the way, if you tell 3 other people how they can legitimately save big time money on travel, you get to earn those platinum points at no ongoing cost to you. Take those free points and turn them in for trips just like this all over the world. Now, if you don't want to go to Sicily, we also are in Cabo San Lucas. So this is a place in Cabo. It is a 5-star property. We were here 7 nights, 8 days, oceanfront, and we were here for nothing. This was one of the 2 trips we get every single year. You'll see my wife there on the balcony. Hi, honey. And then obviously you got down here, you got the swim up bar, you got the ocean. Guys, we left the door open all night. You can hear the waves just crash. They got all the different swimming pools. They have an infinity pool up on the roof. It looks like it runs off the edge of the building. And when you're in the pool, I mean, behind you is the ocean. I mean, the selfies are incredible, right? But guys, I mean, I can sit here and show you video after video after video, every place in the world. You want to go to the United States? You want to go to Mexico? Canada, the Caribbean, Europe, Australia. We got South Pacific, South America, Central America, Asia, Africa, Middle East. I mean, guys, if you can dream it, we can book it. And there's usually, this is where a lot of questions come up. Okay. All right. Is this a timeshare? No. Hashtag we are not a timeshare. Do I have to see a presentation? No. Are there any blackout dates? No. Are there any contracts? No. Are there any penalties if I cancel? No. What about this? No. What about that? No. Let me say it in Japanese. No. This has none of the usual entanglements that people think about. This program is based on want to, not have to. And when you sign up, you don't like it, just cancel. But almost nobody does. Why? Because they're absolutely blown away. The other guys have to put you in a contract because when you figure out what they just did to you, you don't want to get out. We don't need to do that because people love the program. And if you tell 3 other people how they can legitimately save big time money on travel, at that moment, you get the entire benefit of our program at no ongoing cost to you because you're earning more in commissions than it costs. And they're going to take your monthly payment right out of the commissions that you're earning for referring 3 people. So you're not paying for the program, but you're still getting 2 actual vacations every single year, which is part of the big idea that when you can show moms and dads how to take their kids on amazing vacations all over the world without tapping into the already stretched family budget, that's one of the things that people love. Now, further, we have our world tours, okay? And so what I showed you a moment ago is a lot of our getaways. These are 7 nights, 8 days. You can get a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, full kitchen, living room, fireplace, jacuzzi tub in the master suite, this kind of place. Our world tour is a little bit different. The getaways are typically 8 days. The world tours are typically 5 days, okay? Now with the world tour, some of them are all inclusive. Most of them include breakfast, but a world tour is where a lot of us from all over the world go to the same place at the exact same time. Now I want to be clear. Nobody will know who you are. No one will know you're part of our company unless you tell them. There's no set agenda. You can go there with your spouse, your kids, have a great time. I don't even know those people, right? But for a lot of you, you're going to walk around the resort. And you're going to see the Trevorium shirts like I'm wearing right here. You're going to see the Trevorium hat, the Trevorium backpacks, the Trevorium flip-flops, right? You'll see Lee in his Trevorium Speedo. Okay. And so anyway, you're going to have different people with the Trevorium logo. And so oh my gosh, you guys are part of Trevorium. Where are you from? Oh, we're from France. We're from Belgium. We're from Morocco. We're from the Solomon Islands. The Solomon Islands, where's that even at? We're from Papua New Guinea. We're from the Philippines. We're from Singapore. We're from Canada. We're from Texas. We're from Colombia, Argentina, Chile. You are going to meet people from all over the world. And by the time the whole thing's all said and done, you're meeting like-minded people, people who are just like you. The energy is kinetic. It's like you just met your new BFF. Before it's all said and done, you're going to be hugging them. I love you, man. And you guys are going to be exchanging information, WhatsApp, Instagram, this kind of thing. And when you get back, you're going to call me up and say, Todd, I thought I got it. The program was amazing. It was Dubai. It was a 5-star property. I was there 6 days, breakfast included for $49. But being there with other people from all over the world, it was epic. I now get it. Oh my gosh. When's the next trip? When are we going? That was absolutely incredible. And for a lot of people, you'll find out it's not just about the place. It's not just about the price, which is amazing. It's about the people and the connection to people all over the world. Maybe you want to go to Malaga, Spain, $99. Portugal. I mean, look at the room. You can see the picture in the lower left-hand corner, and the whole hotel is on the cliff right there. You see that cliff? They have a 9-hole course, championship golf course here. This is the kind of place that dignitaries, ambassadors go to. You're going to be here, oceanfront room, eating breakfast on the ocean every day. Breakfast is included, and your total price is $99 for all 5 days. You want to go to Montego Bay? My boy Adam's going there this fall, this November, with a lot of you are probably going on that same trip because we got a lot of his group on here. And you guys are going to be hanging out in an oceanfront resort. It's a 5-star property, all the food, all the drinks. They got a place there called El Dorado. It's the steakhouse. You can go into the steakhouse and say, I'll have 2 ribeyes, 3 fillets. Hey, bring the pork chop. Yeah, bring some of those lobsters over here. Bring me 2 wines, 3 beers, 4 Cokes. I mean, guys, you don't need a wallet. It's all included, right? You will come back 5 pounds heavier. I guarantee it, right? And so you're going to have an amazing time and you're going to be there You and your significant other for less money than the cost of a cheap motel. Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And Adam was here last year. I was here in March at an oceanfront room, all the food, all the drinks, everything included for $129. Las Vegas, Nevada. They just built this place. It's a $4.5 billion 5-star resort. You and your significant other and your kids will be there for 5 days. Total price $49. Guys, you can't even go to the Roach Motel where they steal your towel for $49, but you can be at a 5-star property. Now you want to go to Venice, Italy. You want to go to Istanbul, Turkey, Cairo, Egypt, the beaches of Hawaii, Crete, Greece, all the food, drinks included. I mean, guys, that's your room right there. Look at your view for $100 or $300 something, right? Bordeaux, France. We have these places all over the world. I'm simply trying to give you a taste of the life you're about to become accustomed to. Now we have 3 levels of membership. We have our small, our medium, and the one that everyone actually buys. Now the small, it is $69 one time and one time only. And then 30 days later, it is $52 per month. Now, what am I getting for that money? You're getting the book at the travel agent rate. You're getting the show tickets, concert tickets, NFL tickets, rental cars, these kinds of things. So let me put this in practical terms. My wife and I were in Vegas not that long ago. We stayed at a place called, we're recording. We stayed at a place that's named after one of the biggest cities in the entire United States, right on the strip. Okay. And so you'll figure that out. We saved $200 a night. In 3 nights, you pay for an entire year's worth of membership. Okay. My buddy Jeff Miner rented a truck for 2 weeks, saved $1,400. One rink-dink truck rental, 2.5 years worth of membership. My friend Alicia Davis, she drives the city bus from Memphis, Tennessee. Wasn't even sure she could afford Beyonce tickets. Save $1,500 on Beyonce tickets. 2.5 years worth of membership in one purchase of tickets. That's how much money she saved. My friends Norman and Ned Davis, their friends bought Dallas Cowboy tickets, saved $1,800 on their Cowboy tickets. That's 3 years worth of membership on just one little purchase, right? So guys, you are going to save a multitude, way more than it costs for the membership. Now, our medium membership is only $22 more per month. What am I getting for $22? You're getting a vacation every year. $22 a month, and I'm getting a 4- and 5-star vacation every single year. Now, the pricing's not quite as good as what I showed you here throughout the presentation. So I showed you that place in the Canary Islands. I went there for 7 nights, 8 days for nothing. It might cost you $100 to go. So again, I mean, 8 days for $100, that's a joke. I mean, a 5-star property, I mean, it's still an amazing deal, but you got to pay a little bit more money if you're a medium membership person, right? But you get one vacation a year at pricing that's a little bit higher than what I showed you throughout the presentation. And then if you do the platinum, this is our #1 seller by far. Almost everyone buys it, like 95%. It's $269 one time and one time only. And then it's $135 per month starting 30 days after. What am I getting? Everything I've described so far, plus you're getting 2 vacations every 12 to 14 months at the pricing I showed you. It's incredible. Almost everyone does that. Now, if you want the ability to refer 3 people, if you want the ability to make money, well, then you have to do our partnership agreement. That is a one-time, purchase of $79. You're getting your replicated website, your ID number, your back office, the marketing videos, the tracking, the training, all those kind of things. So if you say, man, Todd, I want to do it all. I want the whole enchilada. It's $349 today. Okay. One time only. And then it's $135 per month starting 30 days from today, right? So $349 today, $135 per month. Cancel anytime you wish. Oh, by the way, if I tell 3 other people how they can save big time money on travel, how do I do that? Simply invite them to one of our live pricing demonstrations. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to save a fortune. Yeah, send me a link. I mean, every day of guys, I was in Rome on vacation 2 weeks ago. I was in Rome with my oldest daughter, my son-in-law, my 2 grandkids. I signed up 3 people while on vacation. I've been here 12 years. In 1 week, I signed up 3 people. This is not something difficult. You get 3 people at that moment. You're not even paying for the membership, but you're getting 2 vacations a year. Oh, by the way, if you work this business like a business with an intention for a profit, okay, you are going to save $5,000 to $6,000 per year in taxes. Now, you can Google that. So don't take my word for it. Google home business tax deductions. You can buy best-selling books on it. You can go see a local CPA. In fact, you should do all 3. And when you go see your local CPA, they're like, yeah, you'll save roughly $6,000 a year, meaning you're going to save 4 times as much in taxes as it even costs for the membership. Your own CPA is going to look at you and say, whose side are you on? I mean, do you want to send your money to the IRS, or would you rather keep that money, right? Because you're saving money on taxes with a home-based business. Now you got 2 vacations a year and a whole bunch of money in your pocket simply because you tried. Now, from there, you want to tap into our compensation program. Now, again, this is assuming for those of you that might want to make money with our company. This is a total option. Not everybody wants to do this. For those of you who do, it begins by telling 3 people. And you're going to find out that when you tell 3, they tell 3 who tell 3, it kicks in that social sharing ripple effect. Now, this is something that you've done your entire life. You've told people about a great movie. You told people about a great restaurant. In fact, just this past weekend, my oldest daughter, and we were at my grandson's soccer tournament. Oh my gosh, we went and saw the new movie Twister. It was absolutely incredible. So guess what my wife and I did? We went home that night and we went and saw the movie Twister. I told my buddy Ryan, oh my gosh, you got to see Twister. He went and saw Twister. He told Johnny he went and saw Twister. Tammy told her sister Kim she went and saw Twister. I mean, the social sharing effect is happening every day, but nobody tracks it and you don't get paid for it. If you think about Facebook and Instagram, they got 3 billion users, but they've never advertised. How do you get 3 billion people when you've never advertised? And you think back, you're like, oh, that's right. I invited my friends, and my friends invited their friends, and their friends invited their friends, and their friends invited their friends, and so on. Guys, we're doing the exact same thing here. Every time you invite somebody, it's like dropping a rock in the pond and you see the ripple spread. But in our case, the number one thing shared on social media is travel. Nobody goes on vacation without doing what I call an internet dump, right? They may wait till they get back from the trip, but at some point, they're going to post all the pictures going, nah. Right now, here's where I was. I'm having a great time. The difference with us is they're going to brag about the price they paid. It's not just that I was in Dubai. I was in Dubai for $49. It's not just that I was in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico at an all-inclusive oceanfront room. I was there for $129. And when I post that, people are like, whoa. How'd you get that rate? It's this travel thing I joined. What travel thing? And how do I join? And guys, we just keep putting them in. And every time you put them in, it's like you dropped a rock in the pond. Because then guess what? They go on a trip. They can't believe the price they got. They post it on social media. And they're like, oh my gosh, I went on this incredible trip. You're not going to believe the price I paid. Their friends are like, wait a minute, how'd you get that rate? It's this travel thing I joined. And then they got friends that go, who go. And the ripples just keep getting bigger. Well, we track all those ripples. And the bigger the ripples get, the bigger the check our company's going to write you every single week. Now, who else thinks that's a good idea? On the screen, this is Warren Buffett. He happens to be the 5th richest man in the entire world. He's worth like $126 billion. I lose track, somewhere in there. Anyway, this is his quote. Unless you find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. And the reason I spend time on that is because that is not what is currently being taught in school. My middle daughter has an MBA. She has a master's in business. She went through high school, was never once taught this. Went through college, was never once taught this. Did the graduate program, got an MBA, and was never once taught what you're reading on the screen this very moment. And yet, if you want to get ahead in today's economy, this is where it's at. Most people were taught what my daughter was taught. You go to school, you get good grades, you get a degree, you get a job, it's all going to be okay. People figured out it ain't going to be okay. It ain't going to be okay. The fastest growing segment of the global economy happens to be the gig economy. 70 million people have signed up in the United States alone to do DoorDash, to do Instacart, Uber, Lyft. They're doing eBay, Amazon, Airbnb, TikTok videos, YouTube videos, crazy stuff. But none of that makes you money while you sleep. We do. And let me just explain how powerful this is, how powerful this whole thing is. On the screen, you're seeing an amazing couple. This is Pastor Guy and Pastor Deborah Taylor. They're out of Memphis, Tennessee. And Pastor Deborah signed up into our business first, told 3 people, guess what? Got our membership at no ongoing cost. They begin to take trips like this is incredible. Pastor Guy says, I think I'll sign up too. Pastor Guy signs up. He tells 3 people. Now he's got his membership at no ongoing cost. She's got trips. He's got trips. Now they're living in resorts and visiting home. They're posting on social media. Hey, how'd you get that price? It's this travel thing we joined. Next thing you know, Pastor Deborah's making $3,000 a month. Pastor Guy's making $2,000 a month. Well, Pastor Guy had some health issues. And he needed a kidney transplant and a number of other things. I meant to make him, kind of a long story because it's a sad story. Pastor Guy ended up passing away. But when he passed away, he was making $2,000 a month. But when he passed away, although he was gone, he's up in heaven. Although he's gone, that $2,000 check, that check is not gone. That check remains. That check continues to come in every single month. The only question is who gets the check. You can leave it to your spouse, your kids, your grandkids, your dog, your cat, your goldfish, whoever you decide to leave it to gets the money. In this case, it went to the granddaughters, Ava and Gracie, the two you see on the screen. Now, that $2,000, they were 4 and 6 years old. So it goes into a trust account and it gets invested on their behalf. Well, that's when he died. 31 months later, after he died, he has a multiple six-figure income. The check keeps going up. How can a guy who's not even alive have his check keep going up? Do I need to go back to the social sharing ripple effect, right? The team continues to spread. The customer base continues to get bigger. More and more people saying, I like the idea of traveling for a lot less money, right? And as it continues to get bigger, so does the check. Come back and talk to me in 6 months. Talk to me in 12 months and 18 months. He'll be over $20,000 a month. He'll be over $30,000 a month. I mean, his check continues to go like this. Those two little girls, forever, they will be millionaires by the time they get the money, all because their granddad, for a short period of time before he passed on, told a few people how to save money and travel. Now, what I want to do is walk you through the mechanics of our compensation program. It all begins by telling 3 people. Now, we are a binary compensation program, binary meaning 2. You have a left leg, you have a right leg. So let's pretend for one moment that I go out and I tell Marina, who's here on the screen, I put Marina in my left leg. I tell Big Phil, and I got Big Phil in my right leg, okay? Well, anybody else that I bring on has to go below Marina or Big Phil, one of the two. Let's assume that I bring on Adam. Well, then I put Adam down below Marina. I bring on Penny. I put Penny down below Big Phil. I'm simply going to drive 2 legs straight down, okay? Now, let's assume that I bring on 4 people, and at this moment, we're going to go on vacation together. We're gone. Now, while we're gone on vacation, your 4 people invited a couple of people to one of our live pricing demonstrations where they could see it with their own eyes. Here's Expedia, here's our site, place by place. They're like, send me a link. When we come back, you're like, oh my gosh, I have 8 customers on my left leg. I got 8 customers on my right leg. This happened while I was on vacation. I'm now earning $400 to $700 a month in residual income every single month, whether I work or not. Now, those 8 customers, tell a couple customers each. You got 25 customers in your left leg and 25 customers in your right leg. You are now earning $1,500 to $2,500 a month every single month. Now, guys, this is where Pastor Guy Taylor was when he passed away. Clearly, those 25 people on each side told a couple people each because the check kept going up, the rank kept going up. So the 25 told a couple people each. He had 63 customers in his left leg, then 63 in his right leg, and his check went to $3,000. Then those 63 people told one person each. He had 125 customers in each leg. His check went to $5,000. Then he got just 1/2 of those 125 people to tell one person each, and his check went to $10,000 to $12,000 per month in residual income every single month. Now, guys, we've had people do what I just described. Some people have done it in 4 months. Some people have done it in 5 months. In fact, I've got this massive Slavic team. Marina, I know you're part of that team with Tatiana and a lot of other great people. And Eager and Larissa are getting ready to do a challenge where they're going to help people go ambassador in 5 months. So you're going to see people, lots of people, in the next 5 months go from 0 to $10,000 to $12,000 per month in reoccurring residual income. Now, guys, I want to be clear. The money keeps coming in month after month, whether you work or not. Now, the reason that's a big deal is because when you do that, you are now in both control of time and money. You can meet people in this life. They've got money, but they got no time. I got a gentleman, Dr. Paul Leo. He's a surgeon out of Denver, Colorado, brand new in my business. And Dr. Paul's like, Todd, you got to help me, man. This thing's killing me. It's about being a surgeon. He's dying to get this thing going here at Trevorium so he can cut back on the surgeries and cut back on all the time he spends at the hospital, hoping to go into private practice, right? But again, he's got money. He's a surgeon, but he has no time. And so you can meet people that got money but no time. You can meet people that have a lot of time, but they got no money, right? And that's no fun. The Holy Grail, I have both time and money. When you get to this level, you'll be in the top 1% of people in the world, not because of income, but because you're in control of time and money, both. That's what puts you in the top 1% of people in the world. And again, we have people in the company that have done this in 4 months, people that have done it in 5 months, multiple people that have done it in 6 months, people that have done it in 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, tons of people have done it in less than 12 months. Some of you might take you 2 years. It doesn't matter what length of time it takes, right? All that matters is that we help you get here because now you've got that money coming in. Now, as your team continues to grow, so will the check, okay? In fact, when you become an ambassador, we're going to give you a brand new position completely free of charge, okay? And you don't have to build that new position, but most of you will because you got your 2 legs growing. And as they continue to grow, your check will go from 10 to 12 grand a month to 15 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, 40 grand a month. Your income is going to keep growing, but you got this new position and you can begin to build 2 legs off the new position. Well, that new position is making additional income for your original position, plus you're making income in the new position. You're like, wait a minute, I can double dip. I can not only build new business here, and this one's making me a brand new income, but it's driving the income of my original position even higher. Well, when I get to 10 to 12 grand a month on that position, then they give me another brand new position. And that brand new position will not only drive the income of my new position right there, but my second position and my first position. Now I'm triple dipping. When I get to 10, 12 grand a month in that position, they give me, guess what? Another new position. You guys can do that time and time and time again. There's no lack. Every one of these positions can make over $96,000 per month and residual income. The only question is how many times you want to do it over and over and over again. But one more thing, when you become an ambassador in our company, you're at 10 to 12 grand a month. In addition to the money, we're also going to give you 2 additional vacations completely free of charge. And these include airfare. So if you have a membership with our company, you're getting 2 vacations every 12 to 14 months. And we've kind of showed those to you. You're going for next to nothing. And then now you're getting 2 more vacations completely for free. And these include airfare. Now, if you happen to have a spouse like I do, my wife has an account. She has 2 vacations. I have an account. I got 2 vacations. We have 4, plus we're ambassadors. We have 6 vacations a year. We have a vacation every other month. I'm somewhere in the world, 4- and 5-star vacation, again, for virtually nothing. Further, when you become an ambassador, you are going to get the Louis Vuitton experience. Now, this is something that was dreamed up by the wife of our CEO and founder, and it's been an amazing program. In fact, I'm going to show you guys a video here. Turn off the sound here. All right, so on the video screen, we're going to slow down real quick. So, guys, number 1, this is the Louis Vuitton in Paris, France. It is the busiest Louis Vuitton in the world. This is a 4-story tall Louis Vuitton. In fact, the private salon we went up to, Kim Kardashian rented it before we did, okay? And so this is the kind of place that you're at. Now, out front of the Louis Vuitton, all these people you see right here, this is the staff. And the reason I make a big deal about all the staff outside, so this is the main manager here. You see the lady hugging this is Adela. So right here with the dark hair, that's Adela. She's our co-founder of our company. And the blonde lady is the manager of the Louis Vuitton. So we pull up and they're all outside awaiting our arrival. Now, the reason that's a big deal, I'm going to fast forward for a moment. You're going to see that there is a line of people. There we go. There's a line of people. It takes over an hour to get inside this place. They have security. This guy right here, okay, back of the line, it's going to be at least an hour to get into the place. By the way, if you're a normal person when you get in the place, there's no bathroom. I mean, so like, wait, I got to wait here for an hour minimum just to get in. And when I get in, if you got to go to the bathroom, to the back of the line. All right. And now you'll find out if you're going with us, they got a bathroom anyway. But so most people are waiting an hour just for the right to get into this place. Well, you go back to the video here, we pull up in these big limousine vans and you have half the staff outside, not paying any attention to all the people waiting for an hour. They're waiting our arrival. And then all of our ambassadors, you can see them now, walk into the place, no line. We walk straight in like we own the place. And they take us to the 4th story where we have 2 private salons. They're serving champagne, little sandwiches, macaroons, cappuccinos. Each lady's given this gift basket, this gift card, and they get to go shopping on the company's dime. And so again, here's all of our ambassadors walking straight in. People start taking pictures, wondering if we're famous or something. I mean, who are these people? I mean, why do they get to walk straight in? And the reason I harp on this, that this one moment, this unique experience that was created, tells you a lot about our company, that we look to provide unique experiences to people that, quite frankly, they would probably never have if it wasn't for our company. I can say a couple of years ago, I went to Las Vegas, Nevada. I stayed at one of the most famous hotels in Vegas. If we weren't recording, well, I'll tell you, I can say the name. I can't say the price. And we were at the Wynn. Okay. So we're at the Wynn. This is one of the most incredible places on the entire strip. You've got, when you walk in the room, you push one button, and not only do the lights come on, but the shears and the drapes rip open like it's the opening night of some production. You got windows that go from the floor to the ceiling. Out the windows, you have the entire Las Vegas Strip, all the lights, the hustle, the bustle. You can see all of the mountains that surround Las Vegas, Nevada. These rooms go for $600, $800, $900 a night. I mean, guys, we were there for less money than the cost of a Motel 6. And I mean, you're in this unbelievable room, and it's a place that most people will never go to. All kinds of moms and dads go to Las Vegas, but they don't stay in the $800 a night Wynn. They're down at Circus Circus. They're over at the Rio for $25 a night, right? Nothing wrong with the Rio, but it's not the Wynn, okay? We're giving people experiences that, quite frankly, they would never have otherwise. But guys, it's an amazing company. We are booming. The company officially announced that we will do over 50 million in the next 12 months. I promise you that is a lowball number. It will be a number much, much, much higher than that because we're going to do close to that this year. And so the company is already beginning to do this. The only thing we're missing is you. I want to salute Adam, Marina, and all the different leaders that put this call together, and all those of you that are participating. I know they have a lot of different guests that are coming on every single night to give a different presentation. And tonight, I was honored to be here with you guys, at least share what's happened for my wife and I. So, Marina, back over to you.
Thank you so much, Todd. It was very valuable information, and I hope everyone enjoyed some facts about the ambassador life, and everyone actually have a goal to get there one day. So, any questions? This is a great opportunity for anyone to jump in who is new. We have few guests. Feel free to ask any questions.
And while we're waiting for questions, I see my boy Adam here. Adam, if you don't mind, come on real quick and
Yes.
maybe kind of share some of your stories. I mean, from Hawaii to Puerto Vallarta to you're getting ready to go to obviously Jamaica, Montego Bay. You were just in Las Vegas, Nevada. I mean, every time I turn around, you're someplace.
It's incredible, guys. This has been the most fun I've ever had participating in anything in my adult life. And I seriously mean that. And just my testimony real quick. I've been a member of this club for about 1.5 years now. My good man, Todd, reached out to me one evening and just said, "Hey man, are you still down with traveling?" I'm like, "Man, have you seen the prices of travel? Like, I'm down with it, but I'm not down with it right now." And so he just said, "You got to look at how me and my wife have been booking travel the last couple of years. You really might like it." I didn't even get a full presentation. I got like a little video. I didn't even get all the way through it. I got halfway through it. I called my man Todd back, and I'm like, "Todd, I got 2 questions for you, bro. Number 1, are these prices real? And number 2, am I going to like show up and they're not going to have my confirmation number?" He goes, "Adam, that's never happened. These prices are real. I promise you." That's all I needed to hear. So for 12 months, I was traveling, having a ball. I wasn't even thinking about making money at the time, although I wish now that I see what I see and I'm doing what I'm doing, I wish I did. But hey, it is what it is. But for my first 18 months of just being a happy customer, guys, I saved over $16,000. 16 bands is what I didn't have to spend by being able to book travel the way Todd just shared. And what's more impressive than what I didn't spend, what I saved, is what I actually spent out of pocket. For 10 weeks of luxury 5-star vacations, many of them were all inclusive, or again, included breakfast, right? Only time I pulled my wallet out was to tip the servers and tip the bellhops. For those, almost closer to 12 weeks of vacation, really, but 8 vacations of holiday in total, I only spent $4,000 out of pocket. For me and my guests, for 5-star luxury vacations, you do the math, that's less than $400 a week that I was spending out of pocket. That's how much you would spend for the Holiday Inn by the airport in Boston for one night. And we were getting 4- and 5-star luxury experiences. And guys, the biggest thing is this, like, I'm just an average person too, just like most of us on the call. Guys, somebody with a teacher's salary could go out there and have the most incredible experiences for the rest of their lives based on the way that this pricing model works. I'm a believer. I love it. And not only that, but I've got to meet a lot of cool people along the way. And so, yeah, now we are taking the business seriously, and now we are starting to make some money, and the money's real too. So it's all good. I'm having the time of my life. Thanks for asking me to share, brother.
No, I love it. I love it. Especially that trip you took to Mexico last year, because you were down there for how long? 2 weeks?
I was down in Puerto Vallarta for 2 weeks, y'all. Cost about $25 a day. We were at Secrets Secrets Resort. This is an all-inclusive 5-diamond property, all right? We were there for taxes and fees. It was my girlfriend's birthday. And I remember when we booked the trip, you know, I was even asked like, what is the reason for the trip? I was like, oh, it's a birthday. Guys, I had no idea. Like 5-star and 5-diamond properties. The property is beautiful. The food and the drinks are amazing. The location is exquisite, but the staff, y'all, we forget to talk about how amazing the staff is. I see Penny nodding her head because she just got back from Carlsbad in San Diego at a 5-star, right? The staff is unbelievable, man. As soon as you get up, you don't touch a bag. We had 2 bellhops grabbing our bags. We weren't allowed to touch them. Cold towels, cold waters, welcome drinks. The room is ready. We go up to the room, y'all. And because I said it was a special occasion, it's a birthday, there was rose petals on the base of the of the floor at the door. There was a sash saying happy birthday. My girlfriend Haley's looking at me like, Adam, you shouldn't have. And I'm like, baby girl, I didn't know I did. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know I did. We open the door, there's rose petals in through the hallway, 20 feet tall ceilings, happy birthday written on the bed in rose petals. There was a fruit platter, a cake, champagne on ice, and a bottle of wine. We were there for taxes and fees, all inclusive, 7 days, 6 nights. And then the day of checkout, we timed it perfectly for a world tour, like Todd was talking about. At the day of checkout at the at Secrets Resort, we then had our day of check-in at the Grand Palladium, a 5-star all-inclusive resort. Here, I just traded in my travel points. What was left over was $29. Not per day, not per person, $29 after trading my travel points to then spend a week at the Grand Palladium, 5-star all-inclusive for 2 adults, panoramic sea view room. My God, Phil was on that trip with us. Big Phil, I know he's on the call. Big Phil wasn't even part of the team yet. He was our boy Adam Brown's +1. 2 days in, we're at the breakfast buffet, and Phil just looks at us. He goes, okay, whose link am I using? Like, that's how good this thing is, man. The thing sells itself. But yeah, that was 15 days in Puerto Vallarta, used 3 different booking portals, was down there for about $25 a day. Time of our lives, guys. And again, we've only just gotten started. We've only been doing this for 18 months, so a lot of fun.
Yeah, then eventually Haley, his girlfriend, looked at him and said, Adam, I can't believe you spent all this money on me. He said, baby, no price is too big for you. $29. By the way, I saw Big Phil come on the camera a moment ago and do the thumbs up. We've had a lot of people, guys, that have built their business simply taking people on vacation. The first person that ever did that was a lady by the name of Moo. Her real name is Mahmouda, but we just call her Moo for short. She's out of the UK. And every time she just took someone else on vacation, every time with her. And every time she took someone on vacation, they signed up. And I mean, obviously that happened to Big Phil. That happened to, I know that Nina brought her cousin with her. And cousin Ashley, I call her cousin Ashley, but cousin Ashley came, and we're all down there in Cancun. And one of my buddies goes, man, I can't believe we're at this place for $289. She's like, $289 a night? No, $289 total. $289 total. And she was just a +1 for Nina. She's like, how do I get them out? I mean, literally signed up on the spot. I mean, guys, all you have to do is take somebody on vacation with you or invite them to a live pricing demonstration. I see my buddy Matt Gambino on here. Hey, Matt, if you want to come on and maybe share with everybody what's been happening in your business, because you guys have got things rocking, buddy. I'm going to get you unmuted here so we can do that.
Yeah, I think this is done. Matt, can you hear us?
Yo, what's up, guys?
There we
Sorry
are. Now
about
we got
that.
you,
No,
Matt.
I froze for a second, Todd. What'd you ask me? I'm sorry. I lost you for a minute.
I just said, hey, if you don't mind, come on and share your own personal experience with the company, whether it be trips you've taken or money you've made.
Yeah, man. Well, the last thing you said, well, what's up, everybody? My name is Matt, but we're going on our world tour tomorrow to Cancun. We leave 3 a.m. also, which is kind of, a couple of hours from now. We have 12 people coming with us only because, and they all joined Trevorian, by the way, only because they couldn't find the same deal to the same place we were going to anywhere else. It was $3,500 on Expedia, $4,500 on the hotel's website itself. And through us, it was, I think, 400 for a couple and 800 for a family. So it was like insane, all inclusive in Cancun.
Incredible.
We'll be there tomorrow. We'll be posting pictures. We'll be sending videos, and yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, you'll be on the beach going nah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You have a big group going with you, right, Matt? Quite a few people, you said.
Yeah, we got just over 12 people coming with us. Yeah.
Yeah, boy, there's going to be 166 people on that trip to Cancun.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to meet all kinds of people from Trevorian there, people from all over the world. And again, when Matt comes back, when your 12 come back, like, oh my gosh, that was so epic, right? When is the next one? It's a big, gigantic party.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do your own thing on a daily basis, but you get to connect with all kinds of like-minded people. It takes the experience to a new level. Well, I see Miss Angel Lewis, so I got to meet in person for the very first time. I've known her now for over a year. But she came to Las Vegas was the first time, like, oh my gosh, you're not just a box on the screen, you're real. And so, Angel, if you don't mind, maybe share from your experience real quick of what you've experienced with the company.
I came in and then I had to leave for some personal reasons, and then I ended up coming back. And the experience in itself has just been amazing. I've never been able to travel prior, and now I can't stop traveling. So the hardest part I have now is figuring out when I get to go to everything instead of how, right? So just coming in and met amazing people. The trip to Vegas was absolutely just phenomenal. I got to meet everybody in person, and that was like the best part. Right now we're growing really good. Our team is really starting to spread. You know, everybody's starting to see all the joy and the trips we're taking and the prices that we're doing it for. You know, when people don't believe it and then they see it, you know, it starts to come to fruition a little bit. So it's been exciting. Let's see, I just booked officially, did my Lake Tahoe trip. So I'll be going there for the trip, the training with you and everybody. And then we're going to Montego Bay. I'll be with Adam and the team and the group that's going out there. I've got some other things in between, and then I'll be headed out to Orlando in January. So it's been a great experience. You know, as far as this, I've been in the industry for 13 years. And when this company came to me, I didn't believe it. To be honest, I thought Adam was lying to me. Adam brought me on. So I'm eternally grateful to him for that. And I got to meet Todd right when Adam brought me on. And I'm just very fortunate in the leadership in this company. You guys are amazing. And you're changing lives every day. And I think that's the biggest part for me. I absolutely love changing lives and helping people to do things that they never could do before. And that's like the biggest part for me. So
incredible, Angel. And guys, we could go to person after person after person. I say we got Penny on here. We got all kinds of, you know, Joy Wheeler, all kinds of incredible leaders that have their own story. But Marina, I want to turn it back over to you. Maybe you want to share your story, and then we'll close the whole thing out.
Sure. My story started back in 2023 when a friend of mine invited me to watch Zoom, and she knew how often we travel. And I work in finance and banking. And it's like, there is nothing can be better than my deals. And I'm a bargain shopper. So the only way I went and listened to Zoom to give her a favor and point out flaws about the company. However, I tried so hard to find something wrong about the presentation. I stayed behind. I asked a million questions at the end. And to my surprise, I was hooked. So even so, my husband did not appreciate my idea to join at that day, that moment. I ended up proving him wrong, and he was pretty impressed 2 months in when we tried the travel, and it worked. So I can't recommend enough the company. So I appreciate everyone who gave us the trust and the deals we are getting, no one else is getting.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Well, guys, you guys can stay and do questions. I have to go hop on the corporate Zoom, so I'm actually late for that.
Thank you so much.
But I appreciate having you guys having me tonight. Appreciate you guys so much.
I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, everybody, for setting us up. Great call.
Thank
Everyone.
you, guys.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Later,
Thank
Adam.
you.
Later, Todd.
Night,
Bye.
all. Chad, I love you, dog. We'll talk soon.
Good
We'll talk soon.
night.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
God.
Fíjate